DidikTV KPM. DidikTV KPM.
Alright, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, what's up everybody? Anda sedang menyaksikan Road to Success STPM 2020. Kalau sebelum ni kita ada RTS SPM, tapi kali ini adalah edisi STPM. Baik, hari ini 29 Mac 2021 yang mana beberapa hari saja lagi kita akan masuk April. Lepas tu dah puasa, lepas tu dah ganti puasa belum? Belum. Hai, apa nak jadi dengan anda semua ni? Ingat ganti puasa tau. Tak lama kita masuk bulan puasa. Baik, bercakap mengenai hari ni kan. Hari ni istimewa sikit sebabnya merupakan hari pertama ataupun episod pertama untuk STPM 2020 ini. Dan saya pasti anda semua nak tahu juga cikgu pilihan hari ini. Tapi sebelum tu, ingat anda semua kita belum menang lagi. Sentiasa menjaga jarak 1 meter. Sentiasa memakai pelitup muka dan mencuci tangan. Ya, saya tahu. Orang kata setiap hari kes makin turun. Ada peluang macam nak balik raya. InsyaAllah kita tak tahulah kan. Tapi apapun, kita jaga kita. Alright, okay? Baik, sekarang ini saya nak beritahu anda siapakah guru pilihan hari. Hari ini bukan 1, bukan 3, tetapi 2. Siapakah guru tersebut? Ini dia. Check it out. Itu dia cikgu yang akan mengajar anda semua untuk bagi subjek Mathematics T bagi calon-calon SPM 2020 yang akan menerugi pada 6 April nanti. Ini dia kita bawakan kepada anda semua Cikgu Afiq dan Cikgu Nai. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Apa khabar? Cikgu jangan nervous cikgu.
Okay.
Nampak kalau kita tengok Cikgu Afiq, dia relax dia macam guru besar, dia tengok anak murid dia. Jawab betul-betul. Okay. Cikgu Afiq, saya mulakan dengan Cikgu Afiq dululah. Okay. Cikgu Afiq, mungkin kita nak tahu juga apa pandangan cikgu mengenai subjek Mathematics T ini yang mana 6 April.
Ya, betul.
Calon-calon STPM ini akan mengambil orang kata kertas ini. Apa pandangan cikgu sendiri?
Sebenarnya untuk paper Mathematics T ni ada pelajar rasa susah, ada pelajar rasa senang.
Baik.
Tapi kalau kena dengan teknik dia, ada cara untuk pelajar skor betul-betul. Ada topik yang kita boleh target. Okay? All the best pelajar.
Itu dia, kalau macam tadi kalau kita dapat lihat pun dia punya quotes dia manjada
wajada.
Ya, maksudnya
siapa yang berusaha pasti dia yang berjaya.
Itu dia daripada Cikgu Afiq. Daripada Cikgu Nai pula. Tadi macam Cikgu Afiq dia kata kalau kita berusaha, kalau kita bertawakal, insya-Allah mendapat keputusan yang cemerlang. Bagi cikgu sendiri, pandangan subjek ini adakah ianya susah ataupun senang je untuk orang kata dapat keputusan yang cemerlang cikgu?
Semua subjek actually sama. Semua susah, sama-sama senang. Nak senang, kena buat latihan. Itu je.
Itu dia, sama-sama kita buat latihan. Pastikan anda semua setia bersama kami selama 1 jam ini. Okey, cikgu, sebelum kita nak tengok sekolah pilihan hari ini dan juga pandangan pelajar bagi subjek Mathematics T ini, cikgu, saya nak bawa cikgu berdua pergi ke saya punya kedai farmasi saya. Boleh ke cikgu?
Boleh.
Dekat sini kita melakukan segala protokol kesihatan. Jadi, cikgu, jom kita ke sana. Tumpah lalu cikgu ya. Okey, dekat sini kita melakukan protokol kesihatan seperti yang saya katakan kepada anda semua. Yang mana kita kat sini semuanya sihat, alhamdulillah. Tapi masih juga berjaga-jaga, sebab itu saya minta Cikgu Nai untuk basuh tangan menggunakan gel pembasmi kuman. Alright, dan juga Cikgu Afiq, silakan.
Boleh.
Banyak Cikgu Afiq ambil. Dan saya akan ambil juga untuk kita mencuci tangan. Dan selepas itu untuk memberikan keselesaan kepada cikgu, sewaktu mengajar kita boleh buka pelitup muka kita. Tetapi janganlah buka saja lepas tu campak merata-rata kan. Kalau boleh kita letak di tempat yang selamat dan bersih sepertinya. Macam Cikgu Afiq ada bawa cikgu punya kes. Dan Cikgu Nai pun ada juga kes ya. Lain macam Cikgu Afiq dia punya mask ni. Ada tekstur bunga-bunga. Beli mana? Jangan beritahu. Okey, baik. Semuanya dah. Alhamdulillah kita pun dah mengikut segala protokol kesihatan. Dan sekarang ini, Cikgu nak tahu tak siapa sekolah pilihan hari ini?
Itulah tertanya-tanya juga ni.
Cikgu, cuba Cikgu Afiq cakap. Okey, jom kita tengok.
Okey, jom kita tengok.
Ini dia kat belakang kita. Ini dia sekolah pilihan hari ini. Kita tengok. Assalamualaikum, apa khabar? Selamat petang. Selamat petang semua.
Selamat petang.
Alright, dekat sini kalau kita dapat lihat Cikgu Afiq dan Cikgu Nai, kita ada Jonathan. Betul Jonathan?
Ya.
Atau nama famous dia John. Dan juga kita ada Kevin David. How are you Kevin?
I'm good. How are you?
Alright, I'm great. Thank you. Alright, kita ada juga Niranjana. Betul?
Hello.
Saya nampak baju sekolah dia tengah gantung kat belakang tu dekat pintu. Dan juga kita ada Langloy kita, Sia Sing Ying. Betul I pronounce nama you? Betul lah tu.
Betul cikgu.
Okey. Betul cikgu, dia panggil saya cikgu. Dan juga kita ada Priyangga dan juga Tinesh. Hello guys. Alright. Okey, nampaknya diorang bersedia cikgu. Okey, dan saya pasti mereka pun dah tak sabar dah nak belajar bagaimana untuk subjek ini kan. Tapi sebelum itu kita dah tanya dah kepada cikgu berdua ini mengenai subjek matematik ST ini. Kan katanya senang, tapi nak tahu juga pandangan pelajar sendiri mengenai subjek ini. Senang ke susah? Jom kita tengok.
DidikTV KPM.
Hi, my name is Gordon Ng and I am from College Tingkatan 6 Desa Mahkota. So for me, I think that semester 3 is the easiest chapter out of easiest semester out of the 3 semesters of maths, and this is because if you constantly practice on the exercises, you'll be able to grasp the steps very well. So I think that chapter 4, 5 and 6 are the easier chapters, so make sure you focus on chapter 1, 2, 3 so that you'll be able to get more marks. And also whenever you do questions, circle the key points, the keywords so that you'll be able to understand the questions properly.
Saya Binti dari College Tingkatan 6 Desa Mahkota. So bagi saya rasa Maths di SEM 3 ni memang paling senang compare dengan SEM 1 dengan SEM 2 sebab tahu kan SEM 1, SEM 2 ada banyak differentiation, ada integration, lepas tu banyak formula kena hafal, ada trigonometry. Tapi untuk SEM 3, formula SEM 3 ni senang nak ingat, you just kena buat banyak soalan dan eventually you akan tahu the steps nak buat. So as long as you tahu macam mana nak the method dengan cara nak buat all the soalan, then you boleh buat lebih baik actually. So ambil peluang ini untuk SEM 3 Maths D untuk boostkan your grade.
Hello everyone, my name is Criterion. I'm one of the candidates STPM 2020 and I'm from College Tingkatan 6 Desa Mahkota that will be taking the Maths D exam for SEM 3. So when comparing between SEM 3 and the other two SEM, I think that SEM 3 Maths D is a lot easier than others. I think it's because the marking scheme is easier to score, and most importantly, if you remember all the steps that teacher gave it to you and you know how to apply that in your answer, then I'm pretty sure you can get a good mark for that. So I hope you guys good luck for the STPM ST, and remember to do a lot of exercise for ST. ST is not really. Thank you.
DidikTV KPM.
Baik, itu dia pandangan pelajar mengenai subjek ini, matematik ST untuk calon-calon STPM 2020. Kalau kita nampak kat sini, hai Cikgu Afiq, bersenang lenang nampak duduk.
Belum masa saya lagi.
Okey, kita suruh Cikgu Nai dulu. Orang kata mulakan sesi pertama ini, boleh Cikgu Nai sentiasa senyum, sentiasa ceria. Itu dia Cikgu Nai. Okey, sebelum kita nak mulakan, kita nak tanya juga kepada pelajar-pelajar yang datang daripada dua buah sekolah ini, iaitu College Tingkatan 6 Seri Istana Kelang Selangor dan juga College Tingkatan 6 Desa Mahkota Kuala Lumpur. Semua dah bersedia ke untuk kita mulakan sesi pembelajaran kita pada petang ini?
Bersedia.
Semua bersedia Niranjana yang nombor telefon dia 010. Lepas tu pandai-pandailah teka. Okey. Alright, Cikgu Nai, boleh kita mulakan kita punya kelas?
Boleh.
Baik, tanpa membuang masa lagi, jom kita mulakan subjek Mathematics T bagi calon-calon STPM 2020. Silakan Cikgu Nai.
Alright, thank you Akmal.
Sama-sama.
Alright. So, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Hi everyone. I'm so glad to be here today for your final preparation before STPM exam. Alright, so everyone, candidates, how are you today? Alright, and how about you students on the screen? Are you okay?
Yeah, good, Chair, good.
Yeah, Chair.
Alright, good.
Good.
Alright, so are you ready? Ready?
Semua ready, Cikgu.
Alright, ready, ready.
Jangan tu dia tak sama-sama nak pakai baju sekolah. Dah jawab
Alright,
exam dah.
let's get started. Alright, so I'm Teacher Nai and Teacher Afiq. Okay, so today we are going to recap the format of Mathematics T STPM.
Alright.
And we analyze STPM question from 2015 until 2019. And we will share some examples and tips.
Alright.
Alright, so for Mathematics T paper, code 954/3, you have 1 hour and 30 minutes to finish 7 out of 8 questions. Alright, so the total mark is 60. Alright, so there are 2 sections, section A and section B. Alright, in section A, we have 6 short questions and you have to answer all the questions. Alright? So the total is 45 marks and you can spend about 60 to 70 minutes to finish this section. Alright? Alright? Okay, so next, for section B, alright, there are 2 long questions, but you have to choose 1 question only. So what happens if you try to solve 2 questions, both questions? What happened?
Masa pun
Actually, only the first answer will be marked. Alright, so don't waste your time. Alright? Alright, for each marks is 15 marks and you are recommended to spend about 20 to 30 minutes. Alright, for this section. Alright, so here are some of the tips which help you to answer questions. Alright, for the decimal answers, you can use 3 or 4 significant figures or 3 or 4 decimal places. Alright? But during calculation, you can use 4 or 5 significant figures. Alright? Alright, next, you may use your scientific calculator, alright, but not a programmable one. Okay. Alright, so you may answer your questions either in English or Malay. Alright?
Cikgu Afiq punya kalkulator mana?
Saya tak bawa hari ni.
Aduh.
Don't worry.
Okay,
students, do you remember all the topics you have learned before in semester 3? Do you?
Yes.
Still remember?
Yes.
Because we have a long break, right? Before Sem 3 exam. So I hope you still remember. We got data description, probability distribution, sampling and estimation, hypothesis testing, and chi-square test. All right? Okay? Can you follow me? All right, good. All right, let's analyze STPM paper for section A. All right, this one is for topics data description and probability. All right? So we got questions of median, interquartile range, box plot, Pearson coefficient, and you have to sketch distribution. You have quartile and skewness. You have mean and variance, and also have to construct stem plot. All right? So for the next topic, probability, we have question of combination, set, and also tree diagrams. All right? So this one is for section A. What about section B? All right, for topic probability, we have probability, combination, and conditional probability. All right. All right? Can we continue?
Yes, we can, teacher.
All right. Thank you, Akmal.
Yes, yes.
All right. So this is chapter 1 for data description. There are 4 diagrams which represent the data given. All right. So we have stem and leaf diagrams. We have histogram, cumulative frequency curve, and box and whisker plot. Sometimes we call as box plot. All right. So we have few steps, all right, to construct stem and leaf diagram. Right. So first step, determine the smallest and largest value in the data. All right. So next, identify the stem. For example, the data is 40, so you choose 4, number 4 as a stem. All right. Then next, draw a vertical line. All right. This is vertical line. And you can list all the stem. All right. Next, fill in the leaves. All right. And sort the leaf data in ascending order. All right. So this one, 6, 8, 9 in ascending order. All right. So 0, 1, 3, 3 in ascending order. All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good. All right. So this is the most important thing, Akmal. All right. So don't forget to write down the key.
Okay.
No key, no mark. Very important. All right. No key, no marks. All right. Okay. All right. So this is what's this?
What is that? If you
What
ask
is
me,
that?
teacher, I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask my friend lah, Jonathan. Jonathan, please,
What
man,
is that?
help me, brother.
What is this? All right, box and whisker plot. Sometimes we call box plot. All right.
Okay.
All right. So Priya, could you please share with us what we need to draw a box plot? Priya, can you please share?
First of all, we need first quartile.
All right.
Yeah, sure. First of all, we need first quartile,
All right.
and then second quartile, and third quartile, and then upper fence and lower fence.
All right.
That's all
Lower
we check.
fence and upper fence.
Good job.
All right. All right.
Priya.
Good. Good. All right. Yes, that's right. We must have first quartile. Second quartile actually is median. Third quartile, and you have to calculate lower fence, upper fence, and then you get the outliers. All right. So how to get this outlier? All right. So actually, the outlier is the value lower than lower fence and the value which is more than upper fence. Okay. So that is outlier. Sometimes the question has no outlier. Okay. But you have to find the lower fence and upper fence. All right. What is the most important or tips for box plot and whisker plot? You need draw a box plot on the graph paper. All right. So without graph paper, no mark also. Okay. Remember. So the keywords here is draw. All right. When you see the word draw, means that you have to use graph paper. All right. Okay. So I hope all of you can understand.
Yeah.
Okay, including Akmal. All right.
I understand. Kevin, do you
All right,
understand?
good. Kevin, where are you, Kevin? All right. So I think it's very clear, right, Tinesh? All right. All right.
Yeah, clear, je.
All right. So next, all right, some of the questions asked to comment about the skewness of distribution. All right. So here we have about 3 methods, all right, to determine the shape of the distribution. All right. So for the first method, we use mean, median, and mode. All right. So if the value mean equal to mode equal to median, so that means shape of the distribution is symmetrical. Okay, this is the shape of symmetrical. All right. All right. So what about this one? Okay. So mean more than median, more than mode. All right. So if this situation means that the shape of distribution is positively skewed, and you can observe the whisker. Right, the whisker is longer on the right side. All right. Clear? All right. So for the next situation is mean less than median, less than mode. So means that the distribution is negatively skewed. And look at the whisker. The whisker is longer at the left side. All right? Clear, right?
Easy, teacher. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
All right. So, can we move?
Can.
All right, good.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. This is the next method or second method.
And what
How
is
to
that?
determine the shape of distribution. All right?
Okay.
So, at this time, we use quartiles. All right? So, we have first quartile, second quartile, which is median, and third quartile. All right. So, now, we are going to look at the value of two values. Second quartile minus first quartile and third quartile minus second quartile. So, means that we have two parts here, two value, okay? First value and second value, all right? So, if you observe and then they are equal, all right? So, means that the distribution is symmetrical. All right?
Okay.
So, same size. Okay, next. So, here, the second part bigger than first part. What means? What does that mean?
If you ask me, teacher, I will ask my friend here, Cikgu Afiq.
All right. Oh, Cikgu Afiq know all
Cikgu
about
Afiq,
this.
kalau tak dapat jawab,
Cikgu Afiq know.
Cikgu, hai.
All right.
Buat malu lah.
The size on the right is bigger than the left. All right. So, means that the distribution is positively skewed. Okay. Next, the last one. What about if the left side is bigger than the right side? Therefore, the distribution is negatively skewed. All right, clear? All right, so we have one and second method. All right, what about the third method? Tinesh. Tinesh, can you help me? All right, so please share with us what is the other method to determine the shape of distribution.
We can determine by using Pearson coefficient actually.
All right, very good.
Oh, bravo, bravo.
Yes. We are
10 points for you, brother.
Yeah, we are using Pearson coefficient. All right. So here are two formula for Pearson coefficient. All right. So for the first formula, we have mean, mode, and standard deviation. And for the second formula, we have mean, median, and standard deviation. All right. So how to determine the shape?
How to determine?
Yeah.
Just now, teacher, I saw Kevin. Dia angkat tangan. Dia nak jawab soalan cikgu.
Kevin, where are you? All right, Kevin. You can try. So
Yes,
how
yes.
to know the shape of the distribution?
If the Pearson coefficient is more than 0, then it is positively skewed. And similarly, if less than 0, then negatively skewed.
Wow,
Wow.
amazing,
Good
Kevin.
job, my friend.
Yeah, good job. All right, so if the value of Pearson coefficient more than 0 means that the distribution is positively skewed.
Yes.
And if the Pearson coefficient less than 0 means that the distribution is negatively skewed. All right, easy?
Easy. For you, easy, teacher. For you, easy.
Of course.
For me,
All right, it's okay. All right.
okay.
Let's analyze. Okay? This one is analysis of STPM paper for topic probability distribution and sampling and estimation. All right? So this one is for section A. Okay. So we got a question of discrete, continuous, and binomial distribution. All right? And for sampling and estimation, we got a question of probability of sample proportion. We got confidence interval and also probability of sample mean. All right? So this is for section A. For section B, we got the question about binomial and normal approximation and also Poisson distribution. All right? So also got continuous for 2019. All right. So I think we need one example. All right? Maybe for this topic or another topic, sampling and estimation. All right? Are you ready for the next example?
Are you ready,
Alright.
guys?
Ready?
Yeah, ready.
All right,
Ready. Always be
All right.
ready.
So
Okay.
before that, for section B, for topic sampling and estimation, okay, what we have? All right. So we got questions of unbiased estimate of population mean and variance. All right. Then we got confidence interval. All right. I think this one is favorite question, confidence interval. And we got probability of sample proportion, standard error, central limit theorem. And also the question asks you to find estimation error. All right. And also find the size. All right. Okay. Next, let's share some cases of confidence interval. All right. So we have a case about confidence interval for normal population, confidence interval for population with non-variance, which is from large sample. And we have confidence interval for population with unknown variance from large sample. And the fourth case is confidence interval for population proportion. All right? So, next. All right. I prepared for you some of the questions about sampling and estimation. Akmal, do you think you can solve it?
Me? Obviously, I am going to ask my friend lah. Niranjana, please lah, help me lah, Niranjana.
Yes, Niran will help us. All right? All right. So, let's read the question first. Can we? All right. So, first question. Actually, this one is we got about 3 parts of questions. All right. For the first question is, explain what is meant by the term random sample. Only 1 mark. All right. So, next question is, in a random sample of 350 students, it was found that 130 of them do not take tuition. So, what you have to calculate an approximate 95% confidence interval for the proportion of all students who do not take tuition. All right. So the last part of the question is you have to estimate the size of random sample for an approximate 95% confidence for the proportion to have a width 0.04. All right. Let's answer the questions. All right.
Okay.
So, Akmal said Niran will help
my
us.
friend.
All right, Niran.
My neighbor.
All right,
Niran,
good.
help your neighbor lah.
All right, Niran, please help us. What meant by the term random sample?
Okay, the term random sample means that a random sample is a sample where every element has an equal chance to be chosen.
All right, very good, Niran. So, the keyword is every element has equal chance to be chosen. All right? All right, so next, you have to calculate the confidence interval. All right, this is the formula. All right, so what we have, what we need. We need P hat, Z value, and N. All right, so how to find P hat? P hat is proportion of random sample. All right, so how to find it? X divided by N. All right, and so this diagram actually shows us about 95% confidence. All right, so the middle area is 0.95 and at the right side and left side is 0.025. All right, so 1.96 we get it from standard normal table. Okay, so I'm sure all of you know about it, right? All right, so let's continue. So all of the value we got, so we just substitute into the formula and we get the value. This is the interval, confidence interval, 0.3208 and 0.4221. And please write down what is the significant figure you use. Okay, either 4 significant figures or 3 significant figures. All right. And all right, so we have last one. All right. So we have the last part, estimate the size of a random sample. All right, so this one is also for 95% confidence, means that the value of Z and P hat are the same. All right, so we use the same value. Now, we use less than equals 0.04. All right, now you have to find the value of N. So, what you got? You got 2242.2. But we need integer. All right, we need integer number. So, means that the answer will be 2243. All right, so what do you think? Can you understand so far?
Or maybe you guys have any questions to ask?
No, right? Oh, no.
No, Cik.
No, Dinesh, Liverpool? No,
Alright. So I think we are done for the first part.
Alah, we want more, teacher. We want more.
Alright.
Until 7, teacher. Until 7.
But don't worry. Teacher Afiq will take over for the second part.
No, he's my co-host today.
No, I will
Co-host. Alright, jadi cikgu.
Alright.
Terima kasih Cikgu Nai dan students. Diorang tak habis lagi, diorang akan sambung dengan kita selepas ini bersama dengan
Cikgu Afiq pula.
Cikgu Afiq, katanya tadi nak jadi host DidikTV Alah, cikgu cuba cakap. Okey, kita nak berhenti rehat. Selepas ini akan sambung dalam Road to SPM. Cuba cakap.
Okey, kita berhenti rehat seketika. Kita sambung selepas ini.
Dalam Road to Success.
Dalam Road to Success STPM 2020.
Cantik.
DidikTV KPM. KPM.
Alright, masih lagi menyaksikan Road to Success STPM 2020. Betul Alright, tadi kita dah bersama dengan Cikgu Nai dan sekarang ini kita ingin bersama dengan co-host saya. Mana Cikgu Afiq? Kembali ke Cikgu Afiq. Yang mana kita dapat lihat Cikgu Afiq dah pun bersedia di sana bersama dengan students daripada dua buah sekolah iaitu daripada Seri Istana Kelang Selangor dan juga Desa Mahkota Kuala Lumpur. Baik, Cikgu Afiq dah bersedia?
Oh, sentiasa bersedia.
Wah, dengan kata datangnya daripada pukul 4 pagi, tak tahulah. Okey, Cikgu Afiq, jom kita mulakan kelas kita.
Okay, thank you. Okay, terima kasih Akmal.
Sama.
Okay, class students. So before I proceed, just now our friend tell us, okay, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, you have to do well. You have to score. This question will give you more marks. Okay, so now today I will continue the second part with chapter 5, which is hypothesis testing. Okay, in hypothesis testing, we have two types of hypothesis. Number one, population mean, okay, mu. And then number two, we have population proportion. We use P. And then for this one, we can split into small sample and large sample. Okay, and then in this question, remember to recall your chapter 4. You have learned before point estimate, especially unbiased estimate of population variance, sigma hat square. You have to know the formula. Okay, student okay lagi ke? Are you with me? Student?
Yes, sir.
Petang-petang jangan tidur. Don't sleep petang-petang. Tengok Cikgu Afiq mengajar dulu.
Tengok Priya kejap ada, kejap tak ada. Priya.
Semua okey lagi tu, ada. Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
Before we proceed, let's look at analysis of STPM paper in section A for chapter 5. Okay, so if you can see, 2015, 2016, 2017 and 2019, we have hypothesis testing of mu. Okay? And then in 2018 we have hypothesis testing on P. Okay? So let's continue with the next one. In section B, this question came out with hypothesis testing of mu, and mu in 2015, 2017 and 2019. In 2017 we have proportion also for two-tailed test. Okay? Okay. So, before we proceed, you must know how to do your report, how to do your testing, how do you write your hypothesis testing, how do you answer. So, to make it easy for you to understand, I gave you 7 steps that you have to remember. You follow the step, you will be fine. Okay, just follow the 7 steps. Step 1 upper, step 2 upper, step 3 upper. Okay, so for step 1, you have to define your random variable x and also with distribution if it is given. Okay, for example, we define our x. Let x equals to whatever do you have. And if you have x distribution, you write x follow normal distribution. The same thing happened for the yellow one. This yellow one is for your proportion. So we define P equals to proportion of whatever the question gave you. Okay, and then step 2, you must state your hypothesis. H0 equal, H0 equals, always equal. Okay, and then H1 more than, less than, or not equals to. Okey, Akmal okey lagi ke?
I'm very good, teacher.
Standby ya. Saya tanya soalan sekejap lagi mesti kena jawab.
Kalau cikgu tanya saya, nampak saya ada jiran sebelah rumah, ada cousin saya, ada...
Student-student standby Sekejap lagi saya tembak soalan dekat awak pula. Okay, let's continue dulu. Step 3. If H0 is true and CLT, you have to apply CLT, Central Limit Theorem, or normal approximation for population proportion, P hat. Okay? Ayat dia sama sahaja. If H0 is true, mu equals to whatever you have to refer to your H0. You have H0 already before. The question will give you. Okay? And then since n equals to whatever, n ini adalah, okay, this n is your sample size. Okay? Sample size more than 30, you can apply your CLT if the question doesn't say about normal distribution. And also the same thing happen for the yellow part is for your population proportion. Okay. Step 4, you must state your significant level. The significant level will be given in your question paper. Just write again. And you have to find your alpha, Z alpha. The same thing happen for two-tail test. Alpha, Z alpha over 2. And then we go to step 5, rejection criterion. You must write your rejection criterion. Okay? If H0, you compare your H0. Reject H0 if Z test more than whatever you calculate here. Okay? And then this one, reject H0 for P small sample, population proportion for small sample. And then step 6, this one. So student, remember, you have to know what formula to use. Okay? Remember. Okay? Z test, X bar minus mu over square root sigma square over n. And this one for population proportion, P hat minus P over square root PQ over n. And this one is for small sample. And last but not least, don't leave your answer without conclusion. Because we have conclusion. We have mark for this one. If you don't write conclusion, you won't get the mark. Okay? First one, you have to compare. You must compare. Here, you compare with your rejection criterion before. You have to compare and then you conclude whether you reject or you do not reject. And finally, if this one, there is sufficient or insufficient evidence at how many percent significant level to conclude. So you have to copy back the question. Okay? So let's look at one example. Okay, student, masih boleh bersama saya ke? Okay?
Boleh.
Okay, saya nak volunteer.
Teacher, me. I'm volunteer, teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's read the question first, Akmal. Okay, please read the question for me.
If like that, teacher, I think as a ex-prefect in Desa Mahkota Kuala Lumpur, I'm going to give to Sia Singing lah. Singing, help me lah.
Okay, Singing, Sia, help me. Okay, Sia, the first one, we read the question. Okay, student, you have to know how to extract info from the question. Okay, one by one, you have to read line by line. Okay, the first one. A company packs sugar in packets labeled 1 kg. Okay, Sia. What can you understand from the first one, from the first sentence?
From the first sentence, I understand that one is the X distribution.
Okay, so that one is the definition of X. Okay, so
yes.
X adalah mass of sugar in a packet. We will use this one later in step 1. Okay, easy. You baca soalan satu persatu and then we bring it out. Later we will do step by step.
Yeah. So okay. Easy, teacher.
Easy. Maths is easy. Yeah. Nothing is hard.
Yeah, very easy.
The next one. The mean and standard deviation of 200 packets selected at random. 998 gram and 16 gram. Okay, siapa lagi? Jonathan. What do we understand about this one? Your population or your sample? Jonathan?
Sample.
Sample, because selected at random. So this one is your sample. What is 200, Jonathan?
Sample size.
Sample size. N equals to 200. 998? What do you understand?
Your X bar.
X bar, because you are taking from sample. X bar equals to 998. What is 16, Jonathan?
S.
Test. S because this one adalah standard deviation for your sample. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Okay.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Jonathan. Okay.
Welcome.
All right.
The next one, the question asks you to perform at 5% significant level. So you are given significant level, 5%. And finally, determine whether the mean mass of packet of sugar by the company is less than 1 kg. So this one, kita akan keluarkan dalam hypothesis. H0 and H1. Mu equals to 1,000. Mu less than 1,000 because the question say less than. So copy sahaja. Okay. Kenapa saya tukar daripada 1 kg kepada 1,000? Because everything given to you in gram. So you change accordingly. Boleh? Okay, student at home, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Easy.
Berapa step tadi Akmal kita ada?
Cikgu, naik berapa tadi cikgu?
Ada
7.
7.
Ni sini 6. Situ 7.
7 step.
7 step.
Okay, kita ambil step kita yang pertama.
Okay.
Okay, step yang pertama, you have to define your random variable X. Do we have that one before?
Easy, teacher.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
X is your mass of sugar in a packet. You just copy from question. Step 2.
Yeah.
Do we have hypothesis from the question?
Very easy, teacher.
We got already, right?
Yes.
Less than 1,000. Easy, student. So, apa yang susah sangat? Copy. Everything is there.
Yeah.
Step 3. Step 3. Siapa belum lagi ya?
Priya. Just now I saw Priya angkat tangan.
Priya, if H0 is true, what happen if H0 is true?
Priya, are you there?
Mu is equal.
Okay. Sorry?
Once again, Priya?
Mu is equal to 1,000.
Yes.
If H0 is true.
If H0 is true, mu is 1,000. Just copy. You know already from your first step. Okay. Okay, so this one we have to apply CLT because the question doesn't say about normal distribution. Since n equals to 200, this one question gave you. And then you write CLT, you apply CLT. So this one is sigma hat square. So for sigma hat square, you have to calculate. Don't use 16. Don't use 16 because 16 is your standard deviation of sample. Okay, this one sigma hat square, unbiased estimate. Unbiased estimate of population variance. So calculate by using the formula here. Okay, this formula you have to remember class. Okay, students, boleh remember? Okay, boleh ya? In chapter 4 and chapter 5, we will use this one. Okay, and then you got the distribution. Step 4, significant level given or not in question. Ada tak? Akmal, ada soalan, ada tak bagi tadi?
Adalah, cikgu.
Berapa persen?
Berapa persen itu berapa, cikgu Nai? Tadi kita ada buat sama-sama
Kita
soalan
ada
ni. 5. Betul lah, saya tulis kat sini tadi.
Ada 5 kat situ kan?
Betul.
Okay, one tail test at 5% significant level. Okay, so your alpha is 0.05. Your Z alpha is minus 1.645. This one you have to refer to your table. Remember, students, okay, your table given in the question paper at the back. Remember, okay, you look at the critical value at the bottom. Don't find, buang masa. Ambil sahaja terus di bawah. Okay, step 5, your rejection criterion. Apa ayat kita? Reject H0 if Z test less than minus 1.645. You just follow the step. Everything given already to you. Okay? Next one, step 6, test statistic. Formula. You remember the formula. Don't interchange between X bar and mu. Jangan tukar tempat. Okay? And then you put the value. Your X bar you have already. Your mu you have already. Okay? This one you have already. So you just press your calculator. The calculator will give you the answer. So, easy. Nothing is hard. Okay? Mindset student ya. Sentiasa buat mindset. Maths is easy. You must do practice sahaja.
Okay.
And step 7, you compare. Okay, and then you reject your H0. Okay? Okay.
Alright.
Habis that one.
Cikgu, before that, boleh tak kita take a break dulu, cikgu?
Boleh. Saya pun penat juga ni.
Okay, sebab Tinesh nak pergi toilet sekejap tadi.
Boleh.
Okay, Tinesh, you can go to the toilet now. Alright. Kita dah take a break dulu. Okay, guys, jangan pergi mana selepas sini. Kita akan sambung balik dalam Road to Success STPM 2020.
Boleh keluar ni.
DidikTV KPM.
Murid-murid masuk ke kelas. Kita masih lagi menyaksikan Road to Success STPM 2020 bersama dengan Cikgu Nai dan juga Cikgu Afiq. Baik, tanpa membuang masa lagi, jom kita sambung balik kita punya kelas kita dalam subjek Mathematics T. Dipersilakan Cikgu.
Okay, so let's continue with the last one. This chapter, students, you must do well in chapter 6. Normally, chapter 6 will give you marks from 8 to 11 marks out of 60. So you must do well. And then this one, we have 2 subtopic only. Number 1, goodness of fit. And then the second one is test of independent. Okay. So normally, if you can see here, in 2015-17, test of independent. And in 2016, 2018, 2019 is goodness of fit. Ratio, Poisson and normal. Okay, so let's go to how to carry out goodness of fit. This one also you have 7 steps. Step 1, you state your hypothesis. Your H0, the data fit. And then H1, the data doesn't fit. And then step 2, you copy your table again. And remember, you have to calculate your P and expected frequency. You just add 1 more row and 2 more rows for P and expected frequency. And combine small frequency for E less than 5. Okay, next one, step 3, degree of freedom. V equals to K minus 1. Okay, and then step 4, significant level and critical value. Okay, you just state sahaja. Chi-squared test at 5% significant level. If the question say 1%, chi-squared test at 1% significant level. And then your alpha, kalau 5%, 0.05. Kalau 1%, berapa? 0.01. Okay, and then chi-squared alpha V, you have to refer to your chi-squared table. Step 5, rejection criterion. Ayat kita sentiasa sama sahaja. You reject H0 if chi-squared test more than whatever you calculate. Okay, and then step 6, test statistic. You copy again and then you do calculation for O minus E whole square over E. Okay, and then your chi-squared test, remember to sum up all your calculation. Okay, and then conclusion. Jangan lupa tulis conclusion. Student ni lupa tulis conclusion, you will lose a lot of marks, 2 or 3 marks here. Okay, since chi-squared test equals to whatever you calculate, more than, if more than, we reject H0. Or since chi-squared test less than your critical value, you do not reject. Itu sahaja. Okay, and then you write down your sentence. There is sufficient or insufficient evidence at 5% significant level, for example, to conclude that whatever you want to conclude, you copy back your question. Okay, let's look at one example. This one, kita baca soalan, you are given table, contingency table. This one contingency table. So this one question about independent test. Okay, so let's look at this one. So this one kita tahu already, we know already H0 independent and H1 not independent and 5% significant level. From the question you can see clearly already. Okay? Okay, so step 1, you have to state your hypothesis. Remember, your H0 is independent, your H1 is not independent. So you just write the preferred communication method and generations are independent. For H1, not independent. That's all. Settle step 1, we go to step 2. Step 2, you have to calculate your expected frequency. The question doesn't give you row total, column total, and grand total. So remember, when you write, you must have your total. Semua mesti ada total. How do we calculate our E? Remember to times your row total times column total divide with grand total. Okay, so you calculate and then you write in bracket. Remember, your E in bracket and then your O not in bracket. Okay, your E in bracket, your O not in bracket. Okay, and then step 3, you have to state your degree of freedom after you combine your E. Okay, so formula is R minus 1 times C minus 1. So 2 minus 1 because we have 2 rows. And then 3 minus 1 because we have 3 columns. So our answer for V is 2. Step 4, significant level and critical value. Okay, so 5% significant level. Our alpha is 0.05. This one, chi-squared alpha V, you have to calculate from your table. You refer to your table, 0.05 and 2 degree of freedom. Okay, and then step 5, rejection criterion. Saya dah bagi dah tadi ayat. You just write, reject H0 if chi-squared test more than 5.991. Step 6, test statistic. How do? We copy all our O, we copy our E, and then we use this formula, remember? O minus E square over E. And then you calculate by using your calculator. You can show one calculation only. Just show one calculation only. The rest you use calculator to fill up. No need to show all working. Just show once enough already. Okay? And remember your chi-squared test, you must sum up everything here. Okay? And then I get 16.8486. Okay? Step 7, conclusion. Okay, so you have to compare between 16 and 5. Okay, so kita reject H0. There is sufficient evidence at 5% significant level to conclude that the preferred communication methods and generation are not independent. Okay? Okay, so in conclusion, okay, sebenarnya Maths T ni senang. Easy for you to score if you practice a lot of past year. Okay. And read the question carefully, because in the question you have info that you can write in your answer, and manage your time wisely. Okay? Tahu pembahagian masa seperti yang Cikgu Nai cakap tadi. Okay, and review your answer if you have extra time.
Okay, thank you so much Cikgu Afiq for the knowledge semua kan. Cikgu, mungkin kita Cikgu ada ucapan lah kan untuk calon-calon STPM 2020 ni kan. Mungkin ada sedikit Cikgu, short and sweet.
Okay, so for students, okay, jangan takut untuk jawab paper. Okay, paper kita paper senang. You can score a lot in our exam. Okay. Jawab soalan yang mudah dulu and do well in that question. Especially 6, 5, 4 and 1. Okay, this chapter you must score.
Alright, thank you so much Cikgu Afiq once again, dan juga thank you so much guys daripada Sekolah Seri Istana Kelang Selangor dan juga Desa Mahkota Kuala Lumpur. I'm wishing you all the best and pass with flying colours. Alright? Thank you guys. Okey, dan Cikgu Nai terima kasih juga. Seronok duduk jadi host Best. Okey, selepas ini kita akan bersama dengan Cikgu. Nanti saya akan beritahu yang mana beliau akan mengajar bagi subjek Bahasa Melayu untuk calon-calon STPM 2020. Sampai itu saja. Terima kasih Cikgu Afiq. Cikgu Nai sekali lagi. Kita jumpa selepas ini dalam Road to Success STPM 2020. Assalamualaikum. Peace.
DidikTV KPM